Explorer, thanks for joining us and welcome back to our channel. If you are joining us for the first time here at Explorer, we go beyond borders to bring you inspiring content and also some very educating information. Hopefully you found some time to check our previous videos. If you haven't done so, we will encourage you to do so, because we do have some very educating content on our platform. Today we shall be shining our light onto the African continent. In this particular episode, we'll be able to answer the question if actually is indeed Africa is a hopeless continent. By the end of this video, you'll be able to make that judgment yourself, and also we shall shine our light as to what actually happened and why a particular magazine could highlight a whole continent to be labeled a hopeless continent. Without any much delay, we shall just go straight into it. In May 2000, the Economist magazine labeled and described Africa as the hopeless continent in the world. In that particular episode, you could also see that in the front page of the magazine, it described Africa seeing a man carrying a rocket launcher in his hands. The magazine also highlighted some ranging challenges affecting the continent, pointing out famine at the time in Ethiopia, killings in Uganda, floods that were in Mozambique, and also pointing out the war in Sierra Leone. It also went further to highlight other continental challenges affecting the continent, pointing out at war and also some other bigger challenges. Based on the magazine's analysis, the dawn of the new millennium has instead destroyed Africa completely. Fast forward to 10 years later, in 2011, The Economist magazine changed its headlines from a hopeless continent to African rising, and a hopeful continent, it said, which also depicts an African boy flying a rainbow-color kite. According to the magazine, the headlines 10 years ago was a regret, and also now they are confirming that an incredible change has taken place and is getting hold. In that episode, the magazine also mentioned that ALIKO DANGOTE, which was the richest black person in the world, which is also confirmed, has overtaken OPRAH WINFREY. It also pointed out that Ghana, Ethiopia, Mozambique were amongst the fastest growing economies in the world, and also emphasized that a powerful middle class is emerging, or has actually emerged, and is ready to propel the continent forward. If you are new to Explorer, we will encourage you to subscribe and share our videos to your different network. As the continent continues to shine, in 2016, Mark Zuckerberg, the CEO of Facebook, visited Nigeria. In his own words, the future, he said, the future of the world will be built in Africa. In that same trip, he invested over $24 million. That was the first ever investment expansion into Africa by a major company. He is not also the only one high-profile person who actually visited at the time, in view of the continent as the future. Fast forward to 2019, the CEO of Twitter, having toured the continent, found some very interesting opportunities within the African continent. Based on one of his tweets, he actually confirmed that Africa will be defining the future. If you rewind 2 decades back, and that declaration by the Economist magazine describing Africa as a hopeless continent is left for you to make that judgment. A lot has actually changed, to be fair enough, and many African countries have shocked the world in many different ways. Like it or not, they have actually made some drastic movement. But the question here is, has anything changed actually? Or what has actually changed looking at that particular time? There are also rapid economic growth within the African continent. The following has actually changed, just to point out. The current century has been that of Africa like it's never before. Many research companies like PricewaterhouseCoopers and Deloitte, and also research firms like McKinsey & Co. pointed that African continent is leading as the fastest growing in the world, no question. The world's 6th fastest growing economies came from Africa continent as of 2018. That includes countries like Senegal, Tanzania, Ivory Coast, Ghana, Ethiopia, and Djibouti. The GDP has expanded greatly, overtaking or equal to countries like Russia and Brazil. Based on projected economies in 2020-2021, the projected 3 economies to expand and also to increase in terms of growth will be coming from the African continent. In that particular research, they focus on Ethiopia, Senegal, and Rwanda. If you are new to Explorer, we will encourage you to subscribe and share our videos to your different network. Another very extensive thing that has changed is also the population growth. After Asia, African continent houses more than 1 billion people and second largest in the world. The continent was projected to grow rapidly by 2035. The population growth has propelled Africa with the large consumer market, triggering demand in all aspects and product ranges, and has been now a fertile ground for some of the world's top companies searching for business. It is also projected that the world's largest consumer market, according to research firms, by 2030, countries will be in nations like Nigeria, Egypt, South Africa, Angola, and the list go on and on. Another major change that has happened within the continent is structural reforms. Most countries in the continent has embarked on structural reforms across the continent. Political stability has been established in most countries in the continent, giving room for much foreign direct investment across the board. A big example here is the country of Rwanda. If you are new to Explorer, we will encourage you to subscribe and share our videos to your different network. Rwanda has been an undeniable expansion and success, our African success story. The country has moved forward in a rapid rate that has baffled many economists around the world, beating several projections. The country is a shining example of the continent's moving forward, far from the Economist magazine story. To do business in Rwanda is far much easier compared to other countries higher in the economic ladder than Rwanda itself. Very low crime rates, corruption, and is the cleanest city in the continent. With regards to the Economist analysis, looking at the specific reason why Africa was labeled as the hopeless continent, was that a fair assessment? We leave that to you to make that judgment. Far from being what was portrayed by the Economist magazine, I think it was unfair to be able to label an entire continent as being hopeless. An investment destination with millions of new consumer and vibrant products, Africa has been the gateway for many companies. Its market is growing, the companies is interchanging, lots of communication, and there are more mobile payment systems in the continent than in most other continents around the world. With frequent visits and business leaders like Jack Dorsey from Twitter, Bill Gates of Microsoft visiting Africa, and Mark Zuckerberg visiting Africa, and many others, Jack Ma and also going to Africa, Jack Ma of Alibaba going into the continent, there is more to the continent than what we've seen just now. We shall be updating you with regards to what happens and what's transpired 10 years from now. If you are new to Explorer, we want to thank you for watching. I will encourage you to subscribe and share our videos to your different network. If you feel that the labeling by the Economist magazine as Africa being the hopeless continent was a fair portrayal, we would like to hear from you. Also, we'll be able to find out from you what made you feel that that wasn't the proper analysis and to label an entire continent. Thanks so much for watching Explorer. We will encourage you to like and share our videos to your different network. We'll be looking forward to meeting you again in our next episode. Thank you and have a good day. Bye-bye.